I want to bring in Ben McMillan. He is in York, Nebraska. And Ben, you're going to show us your stream. You're out there chasing. What have you got for us, buddy?
Jim, just in the last 30 minutes, we've had a strong cell that's rapidly becoming a supercell that developed just south of York, Nebraska. And it's been moving north from around the city of Geneva, where it first formed. And what started to happen is we've had accumulating hail on the roadway here. I don't know if you can see on my live camera. Drivers are starting to pull into the ditch and other places to take cover from this storm. It's starting to look a little bit like winter. There's so much hail out here.
And so let's go now to storm tracker Jim Cantore in Norman, Oklahoma. Jim, take it away.
That definitely looks to be, Greg Forbes, in terms of what we see and talk about as a classic hook echo, the best looking storm of the day. And believe me, over the next several hours, we're going to see a major ramp up in the tornado warnings. Let's go back to Ben McMillan. I hope we have him on the phone here. Ben, did you just have a tornado on the ground up there in Stromsburg?
Yeah, Jim, we had a condensated funnel all the way to the ground about 6 miles west of Osceola, Nebraska. This is mostly in rural areas at this point, but this is the first time that we've been able to confirm today that this is on the ground.
And here's some evidence of that. There is some live pictures on your screen from the first tornado warning that came through the area. This is the Seward area in Nebraska. Look at that house damage there. The camera rotating around to show you kind of the extent of the damage going up the road there. And you know what, Jim? This is the one out ahead of it, but the environment's right. We could see rotation like this continuing through the night. So it just we've got a lot to cover for you, and we're staying with you. We will not be going to any breaks. Take a look at this, Jim. Take a break there and just look up at Lincoln there. There's an interesting feature. Looks like a bit of a lowered base. That might be the shelf coming out with that. It's hard to tell. Is that the leading edge in Lincoln? Is that the second storm coming in?
Yeah, let's take a look. Again, just FYI on the Omaha cell, guys, it appears that it has it's not rotating as rapidly right now.
Just Jim Cantore. We're watching 3 separate tornado warnings moving through Nebraska, one of them getting very close to the Omaha area, and we actually do have a storm chaser, Ben McMillan, on I-80 heading towards the Omaha area. He's joining us on the phone. Ben, tell us a little bit about what you're seeing right now with this storm approaching.
Yes, we're eastbound from exit 445 on the western edge of the city, and we've had a persistent lowering just north of the highway as it moves into the metro. Not a whole lot of rotation at this point, but again, it's hard to tell also because the storm's been so rain-wrapped.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest fears with these storms this evening is that there won't be much visual indicators because there's just so much rain. We're looking at your live image right now on the left side of our screen and the tornado warning for that western side of Omaha on the right side of our screen.
And it is potentially producing winds up to 70 miles an hour anywhere from Bennington almost into the city now.
Almost there.
Do we have any cameras, guys? Oh, where is it? Is that Ben? Look at that.
Yeah, that's...
All right, so you know what? Whether
He's
you're
now
in Springfield or Omaha, that's what it's going to look like right there when the wind and the rain move on through.
Now, do we have anybody out in the field that we can talk to and find out if there's anything happening with this? Is Ben or Brandon still out there with us? Yeah. I know Brandon is actually over in Oregon. He can't see this, but what about Ben?
Yeah, Ben's out there. He's actually been talking with some folks, Kim, who have gone through this tornado. A man by the name of Bob Fielder. Bob, just can you tell me what you saw? And first of all, I assume that you live right close by there. Was your home or anywhere around it damaged?
Yeah, my home's just over my left shoulder. Is where it's at.
Tell me what you saw and heard.
Well, I was watching the weather. There was, a severe weather warning out, and I was watching it on the Weather Channel. I guess that's where you guys are from. But and then I heard the sirens, and I went out. My boy was hollering at me going to the basement, but I was looking at the back door, and then we seen the debris, the swirl, and that's when I went to the basement.
Ben, if you're with us there, can you just give us an update now on what you were seeing as far as damage? And I understand that there may have been some damage to the high school there. Is that correct?
Yes, as we approached the west side of town, we came across Warwick High School, and thank goodness that it was a Saturday and the students weren't here in classes because part of the building, the north end of the building, the roof was completely removed to the point where I was looking down a hallway and looking up into blue sky with students' lockers on either side of me.
Back toward the west, we've seen tornado damage. This in Seward, Nebraska, and in York, Nebraska. Part of a garage torn off, as you can see. Part of a barn or outbuilding have been damaged by these thunderstorms. Look, here in Seward and in York, Nebraska, lots of damage, obviously, from homes. Getting no reports that I've heard of injuries so far, but a lot of property damage, obviously. So let's go back to Mark Elliott and Jim Cantore there at the expert desk following the action across Nebraska at this hour, guys.